Hello! It's a great time for another track day, and today we're at Bedford Autodrome, which is one of my favourite tracks in the UK. It opened in 1999 as a test facility, and it still remains one today, except we get to do the testing. It is the perfect place to take a new track day car. There's a few reasons for it. The main one being the layout itself is very varied with the corners. Very many of the corners are very different. There's little chicanes, there's big sweepers, and the track's quite wide for an English a UK track. And mainly though, there is acres of runoff area. So if you do run out of grip or skill, you've got space to spin out, calm down, get yourself back on track, get to the pits, make sure the car's okay, and if you've still got some confidence left in you, you can get straight back out. This is really good because it means that there's less red flags throughout the day, which is always a good point on these sorts of things, and it means that you're not day's done if you was to have an accident and spin off. Of course, I'm an arrive and drive driver at the moment, so I turn up in the car that I'm going to go around the track in, and then I'm going to take it home at the end. So I really do like Bedford for that, and personally I think it's actually better in the wet for rear wheel drive, mainly for them reasons. As well, in the wet you don't burn through tires or brakes as fast, everything stays cool, and the marshals there in the wet especially are quite cool. I saw some finger wagging, but not many people. No one that I noticed got sent home, which is always good for that. The limit on the decibels as well, the sound limit is quite high, one of the highest in the UK, which is always good for the bad boy exhausts. Of course, mine hasn't got one yet, and there's a few other reasons, as you'll see in the video, that Bedford is as good as it is. So I'm going to lay out the video as usual with 3 full laps for you to take it in and learn the track. The first lap will be raw audio, so you can listen to that 3-litre straight 6 BMW engine in my Z4. You can take in the track for what it is and really take it in. The second lap I'll go through the corner names, which is really easy at Bedford. They're just numbers, but this is how I always lay out my videos, so check out some other ones. And then on the third lap I'm going to pause the video, I'm going to give you the magic red circle, and I'm going to point out things to look for, things to look out for, and some general hints and tips. And talking of hints and tips, if you've never been to Bedford before, the entry road after you've gone through the initial gate is actually quite long. It goes all the way around the track almost, but on the first large car park to your right, that's where you want to stop, and then through some buildings to get signed on, get your wristbands, get your stickers, and generally sign on for the day. That's also where the lunchtime cafe is if you want to grab some lunch at lunchtime. And then you get back onto the same road and carry on following it around through an industrial area, and then the road goes a little bit thin, single carriageway. That's when you know you're almost there. And then once you're there, then you can see all the pits and the garages right there. You've got toilets at both ends, as well as hot drink dispensers at both ends. So if you do, need some fluid or need to get rid of some fluid, you don't have to drive all the way around to do that. So that's something worth bearing in mind. And if this is your first track day ever, I do highly recommend upgrading your brakes, your pads and your discs. Any car, pads and discs, and then it's ready for track. Now I of course like EBC. They don't sponsor me, but I sponsor them by buying their stuff, and in return they give me some stickers. But of course they don't sponsor me, so buy whatever brakes you want. EBC, if you're watching, send me some free brakes, yeah, and I'll tell everyone how good you are. And so that is my main hints and tips for you. I hope you enjoy the videos, and I will catch you at the end.
This is how full the boot is on the Z4 on an arrive and drive day. Okay, so on to the turn names, or numbers I should say. This is the GT circuit, that's the main one that they use for track days. It is 3.8 miles long, so plenty of space, and it is actually anti-clockwise. This is turn 1, as you can see, a little bit slippy in the wet. It's actually one of the only tracks in the UK that is anti-clockwise, which makes it good for tyre wear. That was turn 2, a very mild bend, and then this is 3, straight into 4, and straight into 5. 5's a good bit of fun, really get to push on the accelerator, keeping it under control, and well, like I said, having a good bit of fun, as you'll see later on. And that almost goes straight into number 6, which is pretty much a flat out for my low power Z4. And then this is an S bend, number 7, and both of these turns count as turn 7, 1 and 2. Very linked together, so they just kept it as turn 7. I quite like turn 8. It's almost a hairpin. A lot of turning to be done. In the dry you can really get on the power and send it down this long straight. It is quite a decent straight as well. As you may know, a lot of the normal people who don't do track days, they always ask how fast did you get up to. Not that you're really looking at the speedo when you're heading towards a corner at 110. Well, it's actually closer to 120 in the Beamer in the wet. I'm sure I could have got that even higher if it was dry, coming out of turn 8. And so this is obviously turn 9 and 10. A real thread the needle in the dry. You can take a lot more of them curbs as well in the dry, but in the wet it is good to give them the respect and room that they require. Coming down here, turn 11. This is the only worrisome corner. It's not got much of a runoff, and I think that's a gas tank over there, so do be careful of that one. Other than turn 11, they're all good to go off, I should say. And turn 12 is good fun. Nice open turn, little bit of braking, hold the power on and push through. Very nice RX-7 here. And on to turn 13, which is a bit more of a kink. With a bit of runoff onto the right. And turn 14. I quite like this one as well, it's almost a right angle. Really feel fast through that one. And the opposite of that is turn 15 here, which you have to really slow it down. It's one of the tightest turns on the racetrack. And 16 has a double apex, only slight. You hardly feel it because there's a bump from the other racetrack going across it there. And down this straight. Plenty of straights on Bedford, really easy for overtaking since it is a track day. Obviously that McLaren was on an in lap, there's no way I would have caught them otherwise. And then we got turn 17 here, quite an open turn as well, good fun, a little bit longer, really good to push on the tyres there and get the most out of it. And then turn 18, this is actually where most people lose it because you've got a lot of speed running through. And so over to the hints and tips now. So coming up to turn 1, we want to look at this board right here, start braking around about that point, but obviously the pit entry is to the side, or pit exit I should say. And then in the wet, give it a healthy amount of room away from the curbs, of course, because it's very wet on the inside there. If you're on the rumble strip, you'll probably be sliding out a little bit. Tricky going through turn 3 and 4. Again, leave plenty of space on the inside here. That was absolute ice on this day if you got too close to the inside of that one. And turn 5, lot of fun. You can push it onto the outside, you can get by people. I only gave him a little thank you there because I was just trying to keep hold of the car whilst accelerating through. Turn 6 was flat out, like I said on the last lap. And then you want to keep an eye out for this board right here, the double board. That's when you want to start braking and keep it cool going into this S. Really keep it tight on the first half, so that means you can put the power on the second half. And when it gets really wet, you got a couple of rivers in there. You saw it on the first lap, I almost lost it, so do be careful through there, but it is real good fun. Double board again, that's where you want to start braking as you're going into turn 8. Now on this one, you see there's a drier line on the outside. The tarmac was just drier. I don't know whether they've laid it that way, but if you stay to the outside, cut a very late apex. Be careful as you're going across the normal racing line and get on it. This straight divided down the middle, dry side and a wet side, and it's just the way that everyone goes down it. You'll see towards the end that I did go on the wet side, and it was panicky, that's for sure. I aquaplaned about 3 or 4 times going past the steward vehicle, and here we are on to turn 9 and 10. A decent amount of braking, especially in the wet. Like I said, in the dry you can really thread the needle at quite a high speed. In the wet I didn't fancy it. I didn't fancy going off at a high speed, so I kept it cool through there. And coming up to turn 11, this is the risky turn. Like I mentioned, there's a massive gas canister out there, so you definitely don't want to overshoot this one. Get on the brakes at these boards here. You can see it all coming. It is quite barriered off, but there's still the chance of zooming through. I mean, look at it. It's so ominous there. It panics me, and it's at the end of the straight as well, so it's high chance of going off, but there's plenty of runoff there. I'm sure it's safe enough. You want to look out for them cones on the outside. That's probably my braking zone, and then you push on through the corner, keep it nice and tight, running it out using the whole width of the course. And then, like I say, this one's a bit of a kink, so it was much of a let off and get back on and push through. Then this line coming across the road here, that's where your braking point's going to be, and turn in decently early on that one because it is an even right corner, so you just want to take it on the traditional line. And coming up to the hairpin, double boards again, always a good sign for you. Obviously different cars are different braking zones and different conditions as well, so adjust for your car. As always, leave a little bit of room on the inside on a wet day. It does get slippy, as that is where a lot of rubbers come down. White line across, that's a decent enough braking zone for turn 16, but do be careful. As you see right here, you've got a track that goes across it, and there is a couple of bumps to upset the car. You can sort of see it there. I've got a soft suspension on the beamer. I've not done anything to it, so it sort of absorbed it quite well. If you've got a stiffer suspension, that can mess you up, so do be careful on turn 16. And then 17, 17 was a lot of fun, I'm not going to lie. There's a board here, a 3-2-1 board. Start braking at the 3. I normally start easing off on the 1 and start turning into it halfway along, and power on out using all of the track. You've got a little bit of runoff there. It's very bumpy on the runoff, so do be careful if you do forced into that. And another board on the outside here for turn 18, the final turn, and you want to be careful pushing through here because you are holding a lot of speed, and so I've seen a lot of people go off. And so onto the clips, we have a lot of fun clips. Turn 1, turn 4. Like I say, if you go too close to that inside, it starts to lose it. And I thought I caught it, got back on the accelerator, and I really hadn't caught it at all. You see the panic in my hands, resetting myself. This is on turn 8. Getting onto the straight, I just overdid it on the accelerator. This guy almost overshot the dreaded turn 11. And I do my own little bit at the end. And on to my rant part of the video, what not to do on a track day. This gentleman, and it's always a 1 series, had his hazards on, which I'm not entirely against if it's on your cool down lap and you're going really slow, but as you can see, he was trying to push it, he almost loses it here. And since he's going slow and I've got a good exit, I try and make a move, and then he moves across on the track, and so I'm not going to thread the needle. You can see how frustrated I am with the hand in the air. But yeah, I don't know why he would have his hazards on if he's not letting people past. Whether it's, I've heard online that it could have been an instructor showing him sort of what not to do, but I mean, you'd move out of people's way if you're an instructor. I try and make myself apparent in the mirrors, but I'm not going to throw one up the inside or anything, because it is passed by consent. You know, you need to be invited. And then he slams on the brake here halfway through the S, which is totally not the right line, so I can't imagine it's the instructor, especially here. And there's an Audi in my mirrors. I invited him to go by.
Yeah, you go past him then.
I slowed right down, but the Audi didn't want to take on the challenge, so I just thought, stuff it, I'll wait until the straight and I'll go by him then. And of course I had a little glance over to see if they looked as stupid as they drove, and sure enough, yep. But getting over that silly person, look how wet it is towards the end of the day. Big spray coming off that Beamer, and the spray being kicked up on this one. I mean, you can see how wet it is on that wetter line on the left. It was very nice, this one. He didn't pull in front of me, blasting me with a load of water. He kept a nice bit of space, and you can see him going through the puddles in this Beamer. Lots of BMWs on track. They're obviously the best cars in the world. Yeah, a bit of power going past him. See it there out the left side of the screen, how much spray was kicked up. And here I am going past the steward on the wet line, aquaplaning, and they actually closed the session about half hour early, probably because they saw the amount of brown fluid coming out the bottom of my door. On the left as well, you can see how much water's being kicked up there. Shout out to this legend, tracking a van. I actually spoke to him afterwards. He's got a Ford Focus ST front end, and here is all the pits and the cafe on the right. And here I've put together some clips of me and my sister in the car. You can almost feel the sibling energy.
This is the slowest lap we've ever done. Okay.
It's cute that you think we're doing one.
What? How many are we doing?
Oh, just about 5.
Oh my goodness. Oh, shit in my pants. Don't try and keep up with him.
I'm not. This is the speed that I go at.
Do you really?
Yeah, with a little bit less.
Oh, you're not shitting your pants. I think I've actually shat my pants. I think I'm turtle heavy.
It's fine.
It's literally insane.
This is what I do. Oh, bit fast, bit fast. Let's go.
Steve, I don't think I can do anymore. I'm on my, this is it. I need to get out. Unfortunately, I need my tea.
Where's my tea gone?
Anyway, let's have a nice chat. Let's just have a little meander around.
No. Because now the warm-up lap's done. Past that now.
I can't honestly, I can't. I'm getting out. I do not know how Lisa does this at all. I really, really don't. Steve. Oh my god. Please don't let me die today.
You're not going to die today. We got so much runoff. If I spin, I'll just go onto the grass. It's fine.
Well, if it turns over, like tipples over.
Oh, then we'll be less than fine.
Why would it become
See,
a
this one's slow.
fireball?
This one's slow.
Why would it become a fireball?
There's no fireball, it's raining.
The car might be on fire.
Yeah, nah, don't worry about that.
My biggest fear being a fireball. I have my eyes shut.
Yes, I do too, don't this bit.
Right, I'm happy getting out now, Steve.
Right, one more lap and then we'll go in.
You can't even see.
I can see enough. Oh shit, there's a corner. The driving instructor brake.
Yeah. You're doing 5 miles an hour. In fact, we've been stationary.
That was almost a big moment at 70 mile an hour.
I don't think I've used it.
This one's funny because it's got the big gas canister over there that's right directly in front of the truck.
That would be just our luck.
Yeah.
Go up in a blaze of fucking
Yeah,
gas.
that would be a blaze of glory.
Yeah, it would, wouldn't it? Oh, at least we died together.
Yeah, that'd be nice.
Yeah.
Even though I did promise Lisa that I'd die with her.
Oh, sauce, Lisa.
The sauce, Lisa.
You'll have to look after the rest of the family, you know.
Hello and welcome to the end of the video. I hope you enjoyed this one. It has been a very fun day out for me, and if you've made it this far, drop me a little comment saying made it in the comments with some celebratory emojis, so I know who my loyal fans are. And I hope you understand now why I say that Bedford Autodrome is better in the wet for rear-wheel drive. And as I said in the video, it's so forgiving. You've got so much space both on and off track, so if you do run out of skill, it is very forgiving. And on that point, I'd probably even let someone drive my car, someone who I know and trust, of course, unless they were paying me some good money, and I'd let you drive. And talking of that, I've been toying with the idea of a track day buddy business where I come along and I'll show you the ropes of the track. I encourage and I show you a bit more around the track itself, and basically just someone there to talk to and to give some support. So let me know in the comments if that you think that's going to be a good idea, or if there is no market for it. So, but for now, what I'm going to do, I'm going to stick to what I'm doing. I'm going around all the tracks. I'm enjoying myself a lot, and I will make more of these videos for you. In fact, I've actually got Cadwell and Croft booked in for the coming months. I'm looking forward to both of them. I've not been to either of them so far. I know Cadwell is on one or two of my games, so I'm going to get a lot of practice in there. And Croft, I've seen so many races at Croft. It's unreal. There's so much heritage over there, so I'm really looking forward to those. So keep an eye out for those videos. They'll be coming soon to a YouTube near you. So have a great day, look after yourself, and if you're going to Bedford, let me know if this video has helped you. And as always, subscribe, like, so I can keep on making them, and hopefully one day I don't have to pay for my own track day. So have a good one, see you around, and ciao for now.